McHale who gets the catch. He's got Patrol.
It's been a little chilly here as of late, but the lacrosse season still plays on, and with 3 games remaining in this regular season, the Bears and the Roseville Raiders look to jostle for Section 4 seeding. All by myself tonight, my name is Alex Westat. Pleased to be bringing you this girls lacrosse match here from White Bear Stadium on the campus of White Bear Lake Area High School. 2 teams here tonight, long-standing conference rivals playing out of the Suburban East. They last played in the section playoffs just about a year ago, with Roseville defeating White Bear Lake by a score of 17-8. You see there our Roseville player to watch, sophomore Lauren Distad. She had 36 goals and 4 assists on the season. In that section playoff game a year ago, she had 4 goals and 1 assist. So a dangerous threat for the Roseville Raiders tonight, one that the Bears will certainly have to contend with. The opening face-off here, standing right at the 50, is flipped into the air, and we are underway here. A very chilly night, but we thank you for joining us here on SCC Sports. A brief turnover there quickly for White Bear Lake as this one is underway. Both teams trying to scoop up the yellow lacrosse ball here on the girls' side of things. Still waiting for clear possession. Still waiting for it again as they fight for the ball right about the 40-yard line. It's picked up here cleanly now. A chance Cassidy Blank dishes it off here on the far side before cutting back across into the middle, playing up from the defensive zone. There's Jessica Grawn. She'll run into the attacking half, cutting it back. Chance here now, Mariah Churchill has it. Churchill looking for some assistance as she'll take it there deep behind the goal. Churchill, as the Bears will work with a set play now. So here's Churchill working back in, looking to pass. She'll get it further now, along now. Sydney Peterson. Peterson centers in front there for Riley Daw. Daw, a bounce pass off the ground. It's taken away by Roseville as they'll look to start the play back up, but a nice play made by Daw. The whistle blows. We'll get an infraction, I believe, and it'll be Roseville's ball as they'll get a free play of things here. Waiting for the restart now. Ball falls on the ground. It's picked up by White Bear Lake. Sydney Peterson has it again. Peterson working around. The whistle blows. Another infraction. It'll be White Bear Lake ball. Again, 25-minute 2 halves of running time, according to Minnesota State High School League rules. And with play resumed, Sydney Peterson. Peterson working down and low behind the goal line, looking for some assistance. Some nice defensive pressure there for Roseville's Emma Finken. As Daw will try to center in front there for Kennedy Ashton. Ashton further along for Cassidy Blank. Blank looking to start play. She'll take it onto that far wing, looking for a cut. Nice defense by the Raiders to cut play off. As it goes back behind in again, White Bear Lake will have to hold. Peterson. Peterson trying to work her way in front. Nice shot in the goal. An easy goal there. An early goal for Sydney Peterson. And the Bears take the early 1-0 lead as the goal horn sounds here over White Bear Stadium. Well, it was not a goal that I think Peterson was expecting to have. I thought the goaltender was going to come out to challenge the angle perhaps a little bit more, but she just ran right in. Yeah, as you see there, the goaltender for Roseville, that's freshman Eden Dixon, held the post just a little too strong instead of coming out and having that net ready to go. And that gives White Bear Lake the early 1-0 lead here with 22:50 and frozen now remaining in this opening half of play. Whistle blows. We have I've never seen that sign before, I'm afraid. I don't know what that means. Looks like they'll redo it. Again, if you joined us for our boys lacrosse match a week ago, you noticed some of the rules, the opening face-off specifically, very different than what is in the boys game. So if you're watching for that reason, again, we'll just have to make that adjustment process. Ball gets into the attacking side of the field here for the Roseville Raiders. A chance now as Ivy Benner will work her way into the slot. Benner working back on the far side. She'll put it in front now. A chance here for Vijums. It's further along now as the Raiders will work in the attacking zone. Trying to cut it back. Our player to watch for Roseville, Distad. Back further now here, Bergman. Sarah Bergman still with the ball. She'll send it back to the point. Working her way in. Vijum has to cut it back. She'll dish it further along now here for Riley Moriarty. Moriarty shovels for Distad. As Distad waits to keep play going. Distad still trying to create some offensive space around her. As Distad working her way in, trying to get around this White Bear Lake defense, but just as potent as it was on the other side, the White Bear Lake defense is standing just as strong. As Distad finally moves the ball, yard to the near side, Maddie Bloss, the junior, gives it right back to Distad. As the Raiders content to take their time walking through this one. Distad centering pass in front, incomplete pass made there. It's knocked away as the Bears try to push it out of play. Still fighting for the ball. First to it for White Bear Lake, Kaylin Kunz. And now it's tied up there. Roseville has possession once again. Chance now, Maddie Bloss. Bloss trying to work in, lost the handle of it. The yellow flag in the air. White Bear Lake maintains possession. I thought the flag was in the air. We'll see what kind of penalty we get, if one at all. No, it'll still be Roseville ball. Trying to work her way in. A nice shot and a goal there. It's Distad. Again, 4 goals in that last section playoff meeting a season ago. And she scores first here for Roseville to give the Raiders even here at 1.
Raiders goal, scored by number 23, Lauren Distad. No assist on goal.
And you see there again the threat that Distad can be here for this Roseville Raider team. Very talented offensively and defensively. I believe she plays for the hockey team as well for Roseville, if memory serves. See just a real nice goal there right over the top of the freshman goaltender for White Bear Lake. And another draw here at the center field, 20:55 remaining, tied at 1. Roseville will get possession here as they will work the ball here back into the center of the field. Chance now as White Bear Lake not providing much opposition here on the rush. Trying to cut around, she'll have to pull it back. Gone back further now, a centering play there as Vijum had it. She'll try to push it further as Distad trying to walk her way in, but again, the White Bear defense strong in front of the net. Another chance here for Roseville. She'll dish it back here for Kaya Vijum. Centering pass in front, not handled cleanly. It's picked up again by Kaya Vijums. Vijums trying to work through the White Bear defense, knocked down, whistle blows. Should be Roseville possession. As I believe a shoe is untied as well. 20 minutes and counting here in this opening half, tied at 1. Again, the two teams long-standing rivals here in the Suburban East Conference. I spoke with some of the trainers here, or the student managers rather, for White Bear Lake, and they commented on how the rivalry between the Raiders there, and another goal by Distad, 2-1. The Raiders will lead. Again, you saw Distad there, just a nice straight beeline to the net to give Roseville the 2-1 lead. But again, the rivalry between these two teams, not just necessarily in girls lacrosse, but it's also something that's been manifested across other girls sports as well. The hockey teams have been very competitive against each other, and even the volleyball teams as well. Again, you see there just a nice cut, wide open space there for Distad to go, getting her second goal of the night, making it 2-1 Roseville here in the early stages of this one. Just 5 minutes and change in. Face off here coming at the 50s. Ball's flipped into the air. It can be gotten to here by White Bear Lake. So try to race in now. Ball can be gathered here by Sophie Davis. Davis lost the handle on it before it's scooped up again here by Roseville as they'll carry back out of their own defensive side of the field. A turnover there is getting to it as White Bear Lake. Grace Spindler had it. Trying to move it on that far sideline. As Spindler will work her way back in, trying to find a hole in this Roseville defense. She'll have to cut it back as the ball went off of her stick. It'll be Roseville ball from there, as they rule that the Roseville player was closer to it when it went out. And now we wait for the official's whistle. Now Roseville will have it as they'll try to take it away. Pass here on the near side can be gotten to Kaylee Swanson. Swanson further in the center of the field, lost it. So try to fight for it again as the ball on the ground. Scooping it up now are the Raiders. So go ahead here on the far side. Prenslow further up ahead now. A chance for Bergman. As Bergman works into the attacking half. Bergman knocked down. Will be a whistle there. And they'll wait for the resummation of play. As it'll be Bergman taking the ball into the attacking part of the field again for Roseville. As the Raiders will look to set up. Here's Viejams again. This one is Malia Viejams, one of the freshmen. Pair of twins on the Roseville Raiders staff. There's Kaya. Kaya Viejams. Pushes it down low further for Distat. Again, difficult to tell tonight, but Roseville in the black, White Bear Lake in the white. As Distat trying to work her way into the center. Lost the ball on the way there. It's still knocked down. Back on the ground. Picked up again here by Bergman for Roseville. Bergman working her way back in low. Behind the goal line. Bergman, as the White Bear defense communicates, trying not to give up the center of the area, which has led to both of the Roseville goals, both by Distat. Trying to work her way back in. Runner back in front of the net, skips wide. Racing to it will be Roseville ball still. In goal tonight for White Bear Lake, the freshman Shannon Furlong getting the start. The other goaltending option is sophomore number 1, Kaylee Kloos. In fact, Furlong listed on the White Bear Lake score sheet as a defender. But of course, when you only have one, sometimes it's good to give your other goalie an option as well. Centering pass in front with the Bears caught not looking. The ball is picked up here now by Roseville as they'll look to regain possession here. We get a whistle and another Roseville possession granted on the reset. As a White Bear Lake player, we'll have to step a couple of steps outside. We get the whistle. She'll cut it back. A wise decision to do so as Viejams has it again here. Viejams sent further along here. Finken trying to work her way in. Got back onto the near side now for Preslow. Preslow trying to work her way in front. As Distat with the ball again, harassed as she tries to move to the front. Lost the handle, another whistle. Still Roseville ball. And again, we wait the whistle to sound to restart play. Still waiting for it. Another couple extra steps need to be granted though. It's almost like an ultimate Frisbee restart. So here's Viejams now with the ball, working away right through the White Bear Lake defense. Flag up. Still Roseville possession though. It's White Bear Lake causing a number of infractions in their own zone. Looks to be a ball foul, which of course in an instance like this, very problematic. As now this time, getting what is basically a free shot, Sarah Bergman. Bergman working her way in, shot, goal. When you're set up that far in the slot area, that's going to be a chance that's going to score more times than not, and Bergman on the restart was able to score that one fairly easily and make it 3-1 White Bear Lake. Viejams the pronunciation for the two twins and the senior Carissa. And again, thank you to public address announcer Kirk Passell for sliding over to provide that pronunciation. I also think there's a couple of Roseville parents who want to make sure I'm saying things right. And so with that one, we do have it 3-1 White Bear Lake. And now they ask me who scored it, and again, I have no idea.
Roseville goal coming at 9:29 of the period, scoring to follow.
All right, and then with that, we resume play with Roseville leading by 3-1. Ball dished in further, too far over the head there of Sydney Peterson, but she'll get it back. Peterson working her way down, sent in low here for Churchill. Churchill trying to work her way around, but the Roseville defense closes her off. Lost the handle on the ball, did Riley Daw. Daw will work back across the field. Trying to start a run, and again defended nicely. Lexi Parent now with the ball. Parent still trying to work her way around things before making a move. And you'd like to see some more ball movement to get that defense moving, but Perrin certainly comfortable with holding on to things herself. Who's down and low now, Peterson looking for a streaking Davis in front, but could not connect. Centering pass in front. Nice save made by the goaltender there. Getting right back to the rebound, though, after the Churchill shot. And it's almost out of bounds there, held in. I believe it is that orange line that demarcates the out-of-bounds territory. As running back into play. Can be gotten further here now. Chance for Prenslow. Prenslow running across, gets past one defender. Onto that far side. It's Distad again. Distad working in front. Quick save made there. Lost the ball though, and she'll have to scoop it up. Looks like she got just enough of it to knock it down for using the scoop there. And we'll have a whistle. Don't know what this is about. There's a conversation between the officials as the clock stops at 13:49 remaining in this opening half. Looks like it'll be Roseville possession. It's going to be a quick shot from Distad. No, they will put it back onto that far side for Prenslow. They'll probably try to set Distad in the center. As you can see, there she is standing. Prenslow will have it near the out-of-bounds line. Again, Prenslow trying to work her way back into the slot. She'll dish it back further. Chance now here for Benner. Benner trying to work her way in. Benner back down low for Distad. Distad, spin move, lost the ball though. It goes all the way back out now, and a chance for Moriarty. Moriarty for Bergman. As they'll try to work back in. Bergman down and low, Prenslow again. Prenslow back for Distad. So try to work it. Try to create an opportunity. Viams, intercepted pass, knocked down. Nice play to jump that ball there by the White Bear Lake sophomore, Liv Rust. Goes there, we'll have a whistle. It's going to be a White Bear Lake ball on the Roseville infraction. Now Olivia Rust pushed the ball further up ahead now, and a chance for Jessica Braun, excuse me. So nice stick work there to try to knock that ball out. As now Roseville has possession again. Prenslow giving some pressure before she evades. Moving out to the left side there. Prenslow lost the ball on the stick work there, but Sophie Davis ruled perhaps to have done a slash. We have a White Bear Lake player down with a tied shoe as the clock continues to wind past the halfway mark here in this opening half of play. Looks as though White Bear Lake boys coach Brandon Husak in attendance tonight. So he's standing down by the first aid cart. Certainly like to see the support on both sides. We're going to have another change of possession here. It'll be White Bear Lake ball now as the Bears look to try to get back onto the scoreboard here. They scored first before 3 unanswered here by Roseville, 2 from Distad and another from Sarah Bergman. Then back onto the far side. Now the Bears have a chance with it. Cassidy Blank pushed it further up the field now, and a chance for Churchill. Churchill here for Sydney Peterson. Peterson had to go to Riley Daw. Daw will get a whistle now. Again, White Bear Lake gets a free chance at a possession here. Question, of course, is where does the ball get spotted? So Daw will have to come back. It should be a pretty good chance here for White Bear Lake as they'll reset. About 20 yards out from the goal is Daw. She will have to work a little bit closer on the reset. As Daw will work it in. A shot and a good save there made by the Roseville goaltender, Eden Dixon. And now Roseville will start back the other way. 11:06 remaining here. Opening half of play from White Bear Lake Area High School and White Bear Stadium. My name is Alex Westab, bringing you this Suburban East Conference and Section 4 matchup between two teams that are very familiar with each other. A nice runner here now for Ivy Benner. As Benner will have to go onto the far wing. She'll try to work her way back in front. Not much given there by the White Bear Lake defense as Distad has to go further now. Chance for Bloss. As Bloss pushed it back further here. As Viams for Distad again. Distad as the Roseville offense continues to spin and move, creating space. Distad trying to cut it in. Nice defense by Sophie Davis to keep her outside. Distad, we get a whistle. And this should be Roseville ball yet. We'll wait to see. And Distad given the spot of just about 15 yards away from the goal line. So we wait for the resume whistle. Distad should have another free shot at it here. Distad working her way in. Shot, nice save made by the goaltender Furlong, but Roseville will retain possession as they get it behind their own net. Here's Distad again. Distad looking for some assistance, looking for that centering feed in front as Distad works around the huddle of humanity in front of her as Kaya Viums still working down with the ball. Of course, you cannot go in that circle around the goal stripe unless you are on that team. At least that's my understanding of the rules. It's held in here now, Ehrman trying to create a screen with Distad now. Here's Distad trying to work her way in, but again defended well by White Bear Lake. Trying to work her way in. Ball goes flying into the air, gathered up by White Bear Lake, and a nice defensive play by McKeely Larson to take that one away. So here's Gran again. Gran has the whistle blow. Still White Bear Lake balls. They'll have to give the positioning here a little bit of space as well. Gran, as play resumes. Pushed it further here now, Sydney Peterson. Peterson, who was our player to watch for this game from White Bear Lake, has had an excellent season for the senior. In 7 games, 17 goals, 4 assists. And she has the first White Bear Lake one tonight. It's Peterson. Pushed further there for Gran. And then gathered up here again by Daw. Grace Spindler, rather, excuse me. Again, the 1 looked like a 0 from here. Perrin trying to create some traffic as Blank has it now. Blank lost the handle. Was knocked out of her basket. Picked up here now by Roseville. Pressure applied, but given space now as Roseville can carry the play. Ehrman may have a free run to the net. She has an option on the far side. Cannot take it though, as White Bear Lake was able to get there and cover that zone. It's gotten further along now. Anisha Leon back there with Distad. As it'll be Ehrman, the junior, for Roseville with the ball. It's gotten here further now, Prenslow. Back further, as Viums lost the handle on it briefly, but she's able to get it back. Viums with the ball, trying to take a runner in. Got through traffic. The whistle will blow. We'll have a flag. Should be a free play here now for Roseville. Have to take a couple of steps back. Again, you don't like the infractions in so close that are giving Roseville that free chance opportunity as we have another chance right from that slot, this time for Ivy Benner. As Benner will have to take a couple of steps just to the left, but Benner still basically a free look. For Benner after the whistle, shot, nice, easy save made by Shannon Furlong to get to that one. And the White Bear Lake netminder has weathered a rocky start to rebound nicely here for the Bears. It's picked up here now and a chance for Blank. Blank pushed it further onto that far side as the Bears try to break out of their half. Perrin trying to rush into the attacking zone. Pushed further along now. Brief misstep there by Kuntz as Kuntz tried to race for that net, but she'll have to cut it back to play it again. Here's Peterson. Peterson now had it for Blank. Blank trying to work her way in. Whistle blows. She'll get a free play here off the whistle for the Bears. This Blank will have it there. Right at the circle. Good scoring chance here upcoming for White Bear Lake. For Cassidy Blank, the senior, she'll start when play gets the whistle again. Blank working in, couple of steps, score! Went right on the ground, right between the 5-hole, and that brings White Bear Lake back within 1 with 5:54 remaining. Well, again, with those chances on those infractions right in front of the net, it's a spot foul, and it's very dangerous, especially when it occurs that close or you give a shooter basically a free run right at the net. You see Blank here just a couple of steps forward. Nice little wrist shot there. And that gives White Bear Lake back within one. And again, for these two teams that have been rivals for so long, that's exactly what you like to see with just 5:54 remaining. A very close game. 3-2 Roseville leads. And we'll see if the Bears are able to even this one up in the next couple of minutes. The face-off right at the 50s, flipped into the air. Can be gotten to almost by Doppel. She'll knock it back into the defensive zone for White Bear Lake. Trying to pick it up is Blank, the goal scorer. She finally is able to get it. And now the Bears can start it back out of their own defensive half of the field. And now the Bears trying to rush through. Given some pressure there was Kunz. It'll still be White Bear Lake ball as they'll get the advantage. Kunz again looks to restart play. She'll cut it back. Some nice defense by Roseville, but Kunz able to get out of it. Gotten further here now. A chance, Mariah Churchill. Churchill working around. They'll try to set off in the attacking half right near the net. It's Peterson. Peterson able to evade the pressure. As Peterson got hit in the face. Should be a free possession here for White Bear Lake. Give a couple of steps. And now off the redrew. Peterson lost the handle on her way to the net, and the Raiders able to pick it back up. We get another whistle here. Swanson is given the stick in a bit violent of a manner. Now she'll throw the ball back into the attacking half for Roseville. Cutting back in. The Raiders will have it now. A chance for Prenslow. Prenslow trying to work her way back in. She'll cut it back. Here now for Distad. Distad with 2 of the goals. The person with the ball now, Sarah Bergman, with the other for the Roseville Raiders. Back for Prenslow. For Distad here. She does have a nice shot. Distad, nice save there made by Bergman. Or not Bergman, rather. Furlong, excuse me. Confusing my teams briefly there. Can be taken out of the way by Mila Keller. Keller, further now as Riley Dahl will carry it across midfield. Dahl lost the handle though, and back with it now, the Roseville Raiders. So here's Ivy Benner. Benner. The door slams open here in the press box. Benner, a shot from in traffic. It'll be Roseville ball here. And again, you hear the crashing sound effect from Kirk Posell doing the best that he can do. And now Distad will have the ball back on the new start to play. Distad skips shot and a goal. As Distad's third of the night makes it 4-2. Roseville leads with 3:28 remaining here in this opening half of play. Well, again, just a really nice play, a nice run to the net, and the Bears do a great job of closing out, but when you can use the ground like that, that's how you score goals, and that'll make it 4-2 Roseville with 3:28 remaining here. Again, Distad in the last matchup between these two schools had 4 goals. One more, and she'll have that here tonight. A couple of player substitutions on the White Bear Lake side of things. As once again, we wait for play to resume. We have a whistle, and they'll redo it. As it'll be Daw on the draw here for White Bear Lake. Being opposed, I believe, by Distad. Yeah, that is Distad. As we await it, and it's flipped high into the air. Both teams go to get it, but Roseville there first with Benner. As Benner will carry it back into the attacking half. A nice rush to the net here. Nice run of form there. Shot and a goal. As right off the face-off, Ivy Benner rushes in, and she'll score to make it 5-2 Roseville with 3:13 remaining. And again, a real nice play here by Benner just to find that open space that White Bear Lake was given, going high and making the goaltender move. Really nice play there by Benner to give White Bear Lake a 5-2 deficit here in this one. So we'll try it again here. We'll see if the Bears can answer back quickly. As the ball flipped in the air, knocked briefly before Dawes able to get it back in the attacking half for White Bear Lake. Was Daw able to fool the Roseville defense. Pushed further along now for Blank. Blank for Peterson. Peterson trying to rush in. The ball's knocked down. They'll still tie up for it. Can we gotten to here now? Knocked there. Peterson lost it. And now Roseville can carry it back the other way. Nice rush, some good stick work though. And some great back checking by the Bears. As into the attacking half, Emma Finken. Finken knocked down. We'll get a whistle and we'll get a play to resume. And a lot of fouls coming for White Bear Lake right in that dangerous scoring area. Is now Finken ready to go. She'll have a good chance here on the goal. Finken working her way in. Shot score. And Emma Finken scores to make it 6-2 Roseville. Now with that, we will get a timeout, White Bear Lake, to make it 6-2. And again, you see the play made there by Emma Finken. Just right on net there. Again, they continue to go high on the right shoulder of the goaltender, Shannon Furlong, and it hasn't been super effective here tonight. Well, it's been super effective for Roseville, but not able to successfully get that ball has been the White Bear Lake Bears tonight, as they trail 6-2 here with 2:20 remaining in this first half of play. Again, the two teams jostling for conference and section positioning. In the Suburban East Conference, White Bear Lake entered with a record of 3-4, and the Roseville Raiders enter with a record of 4-4. As far as in conference Pacific games, Roseville 3-2, and White Bear Lake 1-2. As you look upon Roseville head coach Sonia Hoffman, doing an excellent job here with the Roseville Raiders, as they have continued to improve in every season under Sonia's tutelage. And meanwhile, on the other side of things for the White Bear Lake Bears, Colleen Cameron, a White Bear Lake graduate and teacher at the North Campus, has done an excellent job of continuing to grow the girls' side of this program and to continue to grow numbers as well as competitiveness on the field. And on a chilly night here too, you certainly love to see the crowd that is out here at White Bear Stadium, as you see a different kind of picturesque painting. A chilly night here. Lots of clouds, overcast, partly cloudy, 52. Sharp wind coming out of the north at 13 miles per hour. Doesn't seem to discourage many of the fans here in attendance though, as especially this student section is hopping, to say the least. I know that there may be a couple of students of mine in there that have an AP test they should be studying for, but either way, let's let them have some fun tonight. As we get the whistle here, play will resume, 2:20 remaining here in this opening half. White Bear Lake trailing by a score of 6-2. Lots of time left though if you are the Bears. Again, you see Sydney Peterson there, the senior attacker, 18-4 for 22 in 7 games played this season. Again, kind of a short season for Lacrosse. Only 13 contests scheduled for White Bear Lake. They have a pretty interesting schedule coming up with 5 games remaining, only 1 here at home, as they'll return home next Thursday, the 16th of May, to face off against the East Ridge Raptors. Another face-off here at center field, or the center of the playing surface, rather. It's gone to here by Blank, as Blank will regain possession, trying to move it further, looking for Dahl. We have a whistle. It'll be White Bear Lake ball as they rule a push. So they'll give the spot back, a couple of steps, and Blank will start it again when she is ready. As Blank moves it further along there, a chance there for Churchill. Churchill trying to rush her way to the center. As we have the 2-minute mark announced here at White Bear Stadium. Churchill cutting it back. It's Churchill working in, trying to move it back before Roseville, able to push it back further briefly before Peterson regains possession. Peterson back for Blank. Blank. Moving on in. Blank whistle blows. See what infraction we get. Should be White Bear Lake ball. to my understanding. And if so, it'll be another great chance for White Bear Lake. As it'll be Blank. Again, set up basically same spot she had this chance the last time. And on the whistle, Cassidy Blank working in. Shot, score! Again from that spot, Cassidy Blank nets her second goal of the evening. And the Bears' deficit is cut in half as the score now reads 6-3. And again, you have to be careful as far as those transgressions right in the center of the field, because on those spot fouls, it's going to give players a golden chance every opportunity that they get. And it was exactly that for White Bear Lake, as Blank able to get her second of the game on that great chance and cut the deficit in half at 6-3. As we get another face-off here, 1:29 remaining in this first half. Ball flipped high into the air, knocked into the White Bear Lake side of things. So try to pick it cleanly, did Davis, but unable to do so as Distad will race for that rolling ball. It's cut there, taken down. We'll have a Roseville possession. We're going to get a timeout again here. This time an injured player right about center field, as that's Ivy Benner, who is down. Appears to be grabbing the hamstring area. And we'll have a brief stoppage of play here. Again, 6-3 your score here. 1:15 remaining in this first half of play. White Bear Lake on the scoreboard first. It was Sydney Peterson who scored the opening goal before 3 unanswered by the Roseville Raiders. Then Cassidy Blank scored another goal to make it 3-2. Then another 3 unanswered by Roseville before the Bears were able to score again for Cassidy Blank's second goal of the evening. And that's how we got to 6-3 with just a little bit over a minute here remaining in this first half of play. While we have the moment, it is an excellent time to come on out here and volunteer to be a part of the Suburban Community Channel's broadcasting crew. Whether you would like to be operating a camera, as you can see perched high atop the press box here at White Bear Stadium, or if you would like to assist in the truck, or perhaps join myself, John Miller, or any of our other talented folks at SCC, give Arlen a call at arlen@scctv.org. That's the email, rather. Or if you prefer by phone, 651. Can we throw that graphic up there again, please, just so I can make sure I get that number right? Or use, okay, there we go, 747-3821. For more information on how to be a part of Suburban Community Channel's cable broadcasting. And there's Ian again, as he is working the crowd like he does with that dab. As play has resumed now, and White Bear Lake will have to play defense again, as Distad with the ball here inside, a minute to go, just about. As Distad works the ball further along as it can be gotten to here now, and a great chance for Roseville. As back on the far side now, Malia Viums working it back. As here's Bergman. Bergman for Viums again. And now Bergman for Viums once again. Some nice defense there by Blank. Blank trying to push back. Now Viums working from a sharp angle. Moves it further for Distad. Distad will play catch there with Ehrman down and low. Ehrman. Further for Viums. Back for Distad again. Distad trying to push it further along. And she will do so there for Prenslow. Prenslow here for Viums once again. Viums trying to make a play there. They may not get another shot off. They won't. Distad tried to make a runner for the net, but with the horn expired, that will be the end of this first half of play, with White Bear Lake trailing by a score of 6-3. We'll be back with the second half of play. This is your home for White Bear Lake Girls Lacrosse on SCC Sports.
get it.
Get it.
Get it.
Give your town a reason to celebrate, because every Goodwill item you bring home brings job training and more to your community. Goodwill, bring good home.
At the half, 6-3 your score here, with the Roseville Raiders leading the White Bear Lake Bears in conference play. Again, not much remaining on the schedule for both of these two teams as they'll move forward. First, a look at things on the Roseville side of the ball. Again, not a very taxing schedule for Roseville as I look to find it here in my notes. Again, you see there the White Bear Lake game tonight, but then they get a very tough test in the Stillwater Ponies, as that is their next game at home. And then they get the Park of Cottage Grove Wolfpack to end their season. So only 3 games remaining here for the Roseville Raiders. Again, despite what I said, still a very tough schedule with both Stillwater and Park coming up for their 2 games following tonight. Meanwhile, for White Bear Lake, they have a few more games left on their side of the schedule. Again, the one home game that I mentioned, that's at home to East Ridge on the 16th. But then road tests at Park, Woodbury, Forest Lake, and a non-conference match at Tartan loom large concerning the playoff hopes for the White Bear Lake Bears. And again, you see there, the only other section opponent for White Bear Lake coming up is going to be Tartan, and that match will be on May 23rd over in Oakdale. Again, a couple of section realignments will make East Ridge a section opponent a year from now. And so it'll be interesting to see how those two teams will match up as the familiarity between the two of them will grow and improve in the years to come. Just about ready to start the second half of play here. Lots of work for the White Bear Lake Bears to do, but no reason to believe that they cannot do it here. We'll see how they choose to start things out here as the raucous crowd here at White Bear Stadium ready to cheer on their Bears and get play back underway. And so, again, we await the opening draw. 25 minutes of running time back on the clock. And we'll await that first knock of the ball here from White Bear Stadium. Again, you see many of the students from the junior varsity side choosing to stick around. And why not? Support your classmates, support your teammates. Some choose to bundle themselves up with New Orleans Saints blankets. An odd choice in Minnesota, but whatever keeps you warm, I would say. As we'll switch sides here, ready to go back to action, as we'll have the opening draw here in just a moment. As the official will step away, ball flipped into the air, and very quickly thereafter it can be gotten here by Roseville, as they'll take it back into the attacking half. So we keep play here again, as it will be Bergman. She has a goal tonight for Roseville, as does Kaya Viums. Back further along now here, and the chance for Bergman. As Bergman will work her way back onto that far side. Pushed further and low now for Distat, as Distat will work again. Some great, excellent movement here to this Roseville attack. As Kaya Viums further along now for Bergman. And Bergman tried to move it further for Distat, but the ball lost. Daw doing some nice defensive positioning there, but the Raiders able to keep it alive on their side of the field. Blank picked it up. Roseville has it cleanly now, though. And Distat will reset the Raider attack. Working her way in, shot, score. It's the second one of the night here for Sarah Bergman. And that extends the Roseville lead now 7-3. And again, really just some excellent ball movement here for Roseville. Again, you see the shot from Bergman there appeared to keep Furlong moving, as that's been the MO for the Roseville Raiders here tonight. And it's been working strong for them. So we'll have another draw here on the opening side of the field. As the ball flipped high into the air, can be gotten to, as now Blank will pick it up. Blank trying to work further, looking for Davis, too far. Skips forward though, back into the defensive zone for White Bear Lake. Can be flipped further here now. Here's Daw. Daw trying to work around the Roseville fence. She'll carry across midfield before losing it. The whistle, possession should be White Bear Lake's way, and it will be, as Daw will reset at midfield. There's Daw carrying into the attacking half. She'll cut it on back. Trying to move further now, and a chance here for Ashton. Kennedy Ashton, that is. The sophomore forward, and we have another whistle. There'll be another chance here for White Bear Lake. Should be Ashton to get a chance here. This should be a grade A scoring chance for White Bear Lake. As Ashton waits the whistle, couple steps in, lost the handle on the way to the net, and it can be knocked down there by Eden Dixon. She'll gain possession, and she'll move it further along as the Raiders will look to break out of their own defensive half. Meanwhile, Roseville will carry it back in. Long pass looking for Distad. She was able to get to it. And Distad carrying the ball again onto that side of things. She'll move it further down and low, where it can be gotten there further by Ehrman. Meanwhile, it gets back. Continuing play. Working away. Distad a shot there. Nice save made by Furlong. And it can be picked up again here by Roseville. A chance for Ehrman. Put back defensively, or at least back a couple of steps before Ehrman will have a chance at it again for Distad. It's Distad, the only Roseville player wearing a splash of blue. Everyone else in black and white. And for the Bears, mostly white. Little splashes of black and an orange Bears logo across the center of their jersey, right above the number. As Distad regains possession, she'll keep it down low, trying to work through. Tried to spin a shot on, but Furlong able to steer it wide, or perhaps wide intentionally. It'll be White Bear Lake ball, as the stick there of McKeely Larson was able to keep it going, and it'll be White Bear Lake ball. So Larson on the start again. Tried to push it further for Peterson, has it knocked out of her stick. Can be gotten to here now by the Raiders. There's a rush here into the attacking part. Kaylee Swanson trying to play it. Blank knocked it down. We'll have the ball go back to that far side here, and a chance. As the Bears will try to carry it out. Spindler has to cut back. We'll have a whistle. Still White Bear Lake ball, as they'll provide the advantage. Here onto the near side, Kunz. As Kaylin Kuntz, the sophomore, will carry the ball into the attacking half with some speed. Kuntz pushed it down and low. Peterson skipped shot, goes wide off the net. It will be Roseville ball, as they will look to break out of their own side of the field here with 5 minutes remaining. And the Roseville goaltender, Eden Dixon, will start play once again. As the whistle blows, Dixon has it. Dixon will move it short angle pass there. Can be gotten further here now for a chance for Emma Finken. Finken running with some speed now across the center of the field. Finken trying to work her way in onto the near side now, and a chance for Distad. Distad centering pass in front, shot in the goal. And that will make it 8-3. Roseville leads. That'll be Ivy Benner on the goal. That'll be her second of the night for the Raiders. Again, some excellent ball movement here by Roseville to keep play moving. Again, you see Distad cutting down, getting the defense to separate. And just a nice touch shot there for Benner to give the Bears a 8-3 deficit. And Roseville the 8-3 lead. So another face-off here coming at the center of the field. This time Sophie Davis will take it against Distad. As the two players will wait for the toss. As the official steps back, flipped into the air, Davis gets it for the Bears, and she'll take it into the attacking side of the field. Sophie Davis working around. She will try to get to it. As Davis working down and low. She'll try to keep play moving. As Davis still with the ball, trying to get some sort of offense in front of her, trying to get some cut. Davis working in herself, shot, score! Sophie Davis cuts the Bears' deficit in half again, 8-4. Well, without much in front of her, the sophomore for the Bears decided to take it to the net herself. Nice little stutter step around Williams to get to it, and a nice shot. Again, going up and over the shoulder of the freshman Dixon for Roseville, and making it 8-4. The Bears pull to within half of this Roseville deficit. Of course, the story of the game tonight, though, with every White Bear Lake goal, Roseville has had a response and in bunches. So we'll see if the Bears are able to stem this tide for the time being, with 19:22 remaining in this second half of play. Face off here at center, knocked onto the White Bear Lake side of things through the legs of Peterson before it can be picked up here again by White Bear Lake before they lose it again. Blank trying to move it. We have a whistle, a infraction, and it'll be White Bear Lake ball. So they'll provide the advantage. And play will resume. Trying to rush into that far side. She has a pass. The ball knocked out of her stick. We'll have another whistle, though. Once again, White Bear Lake with the advantage. Peterson gets the ball across midfield. Pass further along now here, Mila Keller rather. Keller puts it back for Peterson. Peterson trying to work her way in front, and a nice running play there made by Lexi Perrin to try to get there. First to the ball, though, Mariah Churchill for White Bear Lake. Churchill holding it in for Blank to reset at the center of the field. So here's Blank working her way in, has to cut back off the strength of the Roseville defense. Peterson here for Perrin again. Perrin trying to work her way in. Pushed back further again in Lacrosse. If you push them out of bounds and they still have the ball, it is a turnover for you. So here's Blank trying to work her way in. The Roseville defense closes out, though. She'll have to reset. Blank further for Peterson. Peterson skip shot, whistle blows. And we'll have a whistle there. Peterson will get it, and should be another free shot for White Bear Lake. She'll have a pretty good chance here again. We'll see if she chooses to go top over the shoulder. As Sydney Peterson, the senior, will await the whistle. And the whistle blows. Peterson shot. Nice blocked save made there by Dixon. She'll send it out wide, but the Bears will be first to it as the ball goes out of bounds. It'll stay here, White Bear Lake ball. And a chance now for the Bears as they will take it back in. Working around the net, Keller. Keller a centering pass in front, looking for Davis, but it goes wide and a race to the ball there as it's knocked into the air. Held in by Roseville. They step on the line out of bounds, and White Bear Lake will take advantage of that Roseville miscue. Davis on the restart. Davis working her way in, trying to get a chance there. She'll have to cut back. Blank now. We'll await the opportunity. She'll have to go further there. They'll try to rush in there on the chance for Kennedy Ashton. Back for Blank. Blank trying to work her way in. Blank, skip shot, score! The hat trick for Cassidy Blank. And it's 8-5, Roseville leads. Well, it was some pretty good ball movement here by the Bears to create this opportunity, and again, a good finish here by Cassidy Blank. You see there, she runs past one defender, and then just a nice shot off the ground. Not a whole lot that the goaltender, Eden Dixon, could have done about that one. As a third goal of the evening for Cassidy Blank cuts the deficit to 3 as the Bears look to resume the comeback story here with 16:37 remaining in the second half. So it'll be Sophie Davis on the face-off again here for White Bear Lake. Cannot quite see the number of the Roseville player from here. As the ball flipped into the air, it is won by that Roseville player, Ivy Benner. As the ball goes back into the White Bear Lake side, Distat as the whistle blows. The Roseville player appears not to like it. Is it? I'll wait the official announcement because I'm not quite sure what that is. As the ball goes back, and White Bear Lake will have possession here. Tons of space for Mila Keller on the restart. It'll be a penalty against Roseville. I want to say a minute penalty, but I don't know the official announcement here. As working in, a chance here now for Kennedy Ashton. Ashton worked it in. The shot skipped wide, but it'll stay here for White Bear Lake. As Mariah Churchill will have the chance. Churchill pushes it for Peterson. Peterson waiting to create some space. Put it in low there for Churchill. Evades the pressure and goes high over the net. It'll stay here though. It goes out of bounds here as Lexi Perrin will have to go to get the ball. And as play resumes, Perrin will have it for White Bear Lake. It's pushed down and low. They'll try to work in front. Nice centering pass. Shot. Good save made there by Eden Dixon off the shot from Kennedy Ashton. Nice play set there by White Bear Lake, but the freshman Dixon able to keep it out. So here's Prenslow now. Further along here for Bergman. Bergman, long pass up ahead, too far. Or mishandled there by Benner, but getting to it is Distat for the Raiders. So here's Distat. Looking to create a space here and a chance. She'll push it down and low. Can be gotten further here, Distat. All the way back. Scooped out. As the Raiders moving the ball very well here in this possession. Working back in, Benner has a shot go wide. Racing to it though, Raiders will hold possession. And on the restart, it'll be Lauren Ehrman to start. Ehrman. Trying to create some space. Can be gotten to here now. And a chance here for Bergman. She'll have to cut it back. As Williams back for Bergman on that far wing. Bergman pushed back down low for Distat. Distat working her way in. Avoids some stick checks. Distat still working her way in before she'll have to cut out. Nice defense there by White Bear Lake. Williams back further. That time for Ehrman. Ehrman gotten further along there for Bergman. Bergman trying to work the way in. As looking for the pass is Bergman. She'll get it. Bergman spinning around the net. Lots of time here for the Raiders in the attacking half. Can be picked up here now by White Bear Lake as they'll look to start the rush out back the other way. Almost halfway home here in the second half. The ball's turned over now and Bergman will have the chance here for Roseville. Pass center of the field, a chance for Benner. But she'll reset. She'll take it back down and low. Williams looking for that chance. So try to keep play going, unable to do so successfully. As the Bears are standing right in those perfect areas. Now a chance here on the runner for the net. Benner able to get a shot there. The whistle blows. It'll be Roseville ball. We'll see where they spot it. Should be a very good chance here for Roseville off the infraction in close. And it will be Benner, basically again, a one-on-one shot. Benner working in, shot saved by Furlong. She'll collect the rebound, but the ball goes high into the air. We have another whistle. A reset and White Bear Lake ball. It'll be Furlong to start at the goaltender here for White Bear Lake. Waiting for the chance. Got to move that ball. It's gone to here by Sophie Davis. As Davis will pick it up and begin the rush up the field. Sophie Davis trying to carry play further along now. It's gotten further here for Peterson. Peterson back through to center. It's further along. And a chance here for Ashton. Back for Blank. Blank trying to work her way in, but she'll have to cut back to play it again. As now Coons trying to work her way in. The Roseville defense has been stout. 11-19 and counting remaining here in the second half. Roseville 8, White Bear Lake 5. It's taken back here now. Keller for Blank. Trying to center in front, but unable to connect there. And an easy save made on the loose ball by Eden Dixon. And Roseville will start back the other way. Swanson out of the defensive half. A pass across midfield. Can be gotten to there. A couple of pushes to try to keep her out. Pass too far, picked up by Davis before she loses it. Roseville's able to get to it before a nice play by Cassidy Blank to make that one. Can be gotten to here now by Kaylin Kunz. Further up ahead for Keller. Keller further for Blank. A little bit too far though. The ball will roll out of bounds. Churchill unable to get there to save it. It'll be Roseville ball. So Roseville will get possession here with Bergman. Bergman cross midfield further there for Prenslow. As Prenslow will rush onto the attacking side of things. He's got here now a chance for Benner. It's Benner working around, ball knocked out. We have a whistle. It'll be another advantage for Roseville. 9:52 and counting here. A sharp angle chance here off the reset. We'll see if she's able to get a shot on. Working in Benner will choose simply to restart the offense. Held down and low. Viams. Viams has it again. That's Kaya. Kaya Viams trying to work in. She'll push it further. So continue to work around the perimeter, as they've done an excellent job of that. Distat from behind the goal line. And she will try to get to it. The waiting play to continue as they continue to move the ball around the perimeter, winding as much of this clock left as they can. She'll try to keep play going, but unable to do so succinctly. Distat, nice little spin move, she scores. Fourth goal for Lauren Distat in this one. And that'll be her 9th of the game for the Roseville Raiders. It evens her output in the last matchup between these two teams back last May in the section playoffs, and it'll be 9-5. A score Dolly Parton would be proud of in this one.
Raiders goal, her 4th of the game, scored by number 23, Lauren Distat.
And again, just an excellent play to work right through that White Bear Lake defense. And Lauren Distat, an excellent talent here for these Roseville Raiders, as they lead 9-5 with 8:51 remaining. If the Bears want to have an answer, they need to do it now. They have a couple of players switch for both sides. So we'll have the face-off here at the center of the field. The ball flipped into the air. Davis trying to race for it, but it bounces off of her foot. Try to get it back was Keller before Roseville able to pick it back up again. We have another whistle. Still Roseville ball. She'll take it right away into the attacking half. A rush to the net. She'll have to cut it back. Another whistle. It'll be a spot foul. They'll put it right at the, what about the 17-yard line where this is a football game. So Roseville will have it right from there. Rushing it, trying to create some space. Shot, score. A nice rush to the net, and Roseville on the scoreboard again, 10-5 now. Well, a really nice play here by the Roseville Raiders to get that one. You see number 18, Ali Granovsky, the junior, just taking the ball right to the net. And a nice shot there that Shannon Furlong I don't think saw. And so 10-5 as the Raiders have now doubled up White Bear Lake. Lots of time left though. We'll see how White Bear Lake responds. It'll be Daw on the face-off for the Bears. There's the sun peeking out through the clouds here on the west end of White Bear Stadium. The ball flipped high into the air. Can be gotten to now. A chance Daw has it. We'll see if the Bears are able to get the attack going again. Daw, some nice stick work there to keep play moving, but she's fouled. She'll regain possession. Daw pushes it back for Blank. Blank working through some space. She'll try to center in front. Can be got to here now by Davis. Sophie Davis trying to work her way back in front. Does not connect cleanly though. As Peterson has it behind the goal line. Peterson still looking there. We saw Sophie Davis take a run from that spot. We'll see if she's able to do so again. Nice goal for the Bears. As the ball on the ground, the miscue creates the goal. Mariah Churchill, 10-6. Again, you saw the ball on the ground there, and you thought that was going to be the end of the rush, but a nice ball by Peterson, and a great effort there by Mariah Churchill to stick with it, put the top part of the netting on it, and just put it back in goal. That's one the Raiders would like to have back, but for the Bears, that's a great chance there, and brings it back to a 4-goal game with 7:35 remaining here in this second half. And on that, we're going to have a timeout here. I think the Raiders took it with 7:35 remaining here in this second period, or second half rather, excuse me. Again, it was 6-3 at the end of the first half. The Bears scored first before ceding 3 goals. And the Bears responded with 1, ceded another 3. And then it was 2 by the Bears. No, that's incorrect math, I'm sorry. Then it was 1 more by the Bears to make it 6-3. And then it's been, again, more of the back and forth here in this second half. We'll see what the White Bear Lake Bears are able to do as time moves along. Again, lots of broadcasts. Here's hello, everybody. As you see in here, the press box here at White Bear Stadium, the excellent press box as well, all the wonderful folks in front of me, you guys watching at home, thank you for watching us however you may be choosing to watch us here, as the White Bear students are certainly involved and engaged in what is going on here. Lots of time left in this one, of course. Again, we want to thank you. Our next edition of Sports Pass coming up here. We will be taping that on the 13th, and I believe the air date is the 15th, but I could be wrong about that, as I often tend to be. And so the timeout has expired, and Roseville will start with possession here. Or no, it'll be a face-off off the goal, rather, excuse me. A couple of errors by me tonight, but I think that's okay. Nobody's perfect, of course. And so we'll have the face-off here coming right again at the 50-yard line. 7:35 remaining here in the second half as the lights start to come on here at White Bear Stadium. The sun again peeking out through the clouds and the holes in them. Get the face-off. Lots of black jerseys playing on the defensive side. Same for White Bear Lake. Surprised they aren't playing up just a little bit more. The ball high into the air. Roseville had it, but lost it off the netting. It can be gotten to here further now by Ivy Benner. Benner will have to try to cut back. Benner spins. Pushes it further on the stick of Grabowski. Grabowski fades a couple of stick checks. We have another whistle. There's too many infractions by White Bear Lake there. Causes that whistle to blow. And so Grabowski, as play resumes, looking to cut her way back into the front. Push down further as the Raiders have it. Distad further here now for Malia Williams. As the Raiders have the ball, nice spin move there by Bergman. Bergman trying to create some space, but excellent defense from White Bear Lake. Bergman running to the net, pushes over Sophie Davis, but the ball out of the reach. It'll be White Bear Lake ball. As the Bears will restart it here, 6:21 remaining in the second half. On that far side, pushed out of bounds. Still White Bear Lake ball, though, on the push itself. As White Bear Lake will hold it on that far side. Flip off the turf. It's gotten here by the Bears. It's Perrin for Davis. Further ahead now for Blank. Blank with some space. Blank pushed it back for Davis. Davis cutting back out of the basket there of Perrin. And now the Raiders will look to restart. Distat at her feet is able to pick it up. Back into the attacking half with some space. Chance now for the Raiders. Ball scooped up on the ground, trying to get to it on both sides. Continues to roll. They cannot push it any further. The ball knocked down. That'll be a definite push for sure. It should be White Bear Lake ball. And still down on the ground is a member of the White Bear Lake Bears. Slow to get up. As that's Grace Spindler, the senior defender, who was slow to get up. See as she's working her way back to the bench there. You love the teamwork too. As Spindler is carried to the sideline there by her teammate, senior Jessica Grahn. Certainly love the teamwork there. And you certainly hope as well that Grace is all right. We'll have a substitution, of course, with that, as Kaylin Kunz will come in to replace the injured Bear. So with 5:22 remaining, 10-6, Roseville leading. Can you hear the shout from the White Bear Lake coaching? Short passes. Keep the defense moving. We'll wait for the official signal, and now finally play resumed. Lost immediately as the two sides will battle for it right near that out-of-bounds line. So continue to fight for it too. A number of players on both sides of the ball. Still keeping it alive though. Now it's flipped out of bounds. It'll be White Bear Lake ball. 5:05 and counting here. Blank. As the Raiders still in very close. They'll try to break out. A turnover now and a chance for Bergman. Bergman pushed it further here. As that'll be Benner who has a chance for Roseville. Benner down and low. Roseville again will try to maintain as much possession as they can. As Malia Viams. Viams, we have a whistle. Still Roseville ball, but they'll get the advantage to play here. As Davis has to take a couple of steps back. Viams will cut it back further for Distat. Distat avoids a stick. She'll work her way into the net. Distat shot in the goal. You saw Furlong continue to step side to side to side. And she gave up that entire near post, and that's 11-6, the fifth goal of the evening for Lauren Distat.
Raiders goal, her fifth of the game.
She certainly was the player to watch that we introduced at the broadcast at the beginning. 36 goals coming into play tonight. She'll be at 41 by the end of it. Hopefully, if you're White Bear Lake, that's where she stays. But again, you saw how Furlong was moving side to side, continuing to give up space on that near post. Typically, you expect that ball, and from my standpoint as a hockey goaltender, if you're moving off that post, that means you don't trust your defense as much. But again, for Furlong, she's been under pressure a lot tonight. She has stood tall at times. Davis further along now here for Perrin. Perrin will try to cut it back. Pass here for Blank. Blank looking to create a chance. So try to put play in front. Can be gotten further there for Peterson behind the net. 3:50 remaining here in the second half. Peterson for Blank. Shot. Nice save made there by the Roseville goaltender Dixon. as the ball can be carried back out, almost to that center field line. Nice play by Daw to keep it alive, though, before the ball gets turned over and Roseville can carry it back the other way. Pass looking for Distat, a little bit too far. It'll bounce. Distat will get to it before it hits that out-of-bounds line. She'll try to pick it up here. As Distat trying to see a chance in front of her. She'll move it further here now for Prenslow. Before going all the way back now. Ball low in the ground. Can be gotten further there, and the chance there for Bergman. It's Bergman defended well there by Sophie Davis. Bergman cutting it back to the center, looking for an outlet. Running around the defense, Bergman pushed down and low. Chance now for Roseville, as that's Ehrman who has it. Working her way on in, centering shot, score. 12-6, Roseville leads. On the ball that was put in front there, I believe it would be Prenslow's goal with 2:40 remaining. The deficit has been doubled again now. 12-6, Roseville leads. Well, the Raiders have been excellent at creating space all night, but again, you see there how Furlong just has to move with the shooter one-on-one. And when you're in that close, it's easy enough to simply arc that ball using the stick around the goaltender. That's exactly what she did on that chance. And so with that, 12-6, White Bear Lake trails with just 2:40 remaining here in this one. Again, the Bears' remaining games on their schedule, 5 left after the conclusion of this one here tonight at Park next Tuesday, home to Eastridge, and at Woodbury, Forest Lake, and Tartan to round out the 2019 regular season campaign for these White Bear Lake Bears. As Roseville will maintain possession, as they'll try to keep things going here. Distat sent further there now for Ivy Benner. Benner back here for Prenslow. Back again for Ehrman. Ehrman looking to get further there for Bergman. Bergman working in with some space. The Bears able to close out, forcing a turnover. A loss of possession, but it's picked up by Roseville again. Trying to clear as the 2-minute announcement has been made. Back from right about the middle of the field there, Roseville regains possession as it's Riley Moriarty who has it. Moriarty pushed back and defended. So it's going back there onto the Roseville side where Ellie Prenslow, the senior, comes out to play. There's a ball again on the ground. Bears trying to get to it. The Raiders are putting sticks in the way. It's gotten there nicely by Viams, but it goes back on the ground. They'll try to clear it out. Nice body positioning there to give the Bears a chance to play it. Daw trying to create some space, but every Roseville Raider near her is right on there. 6-on-1 as she's able to evade the pressure. Whistle blows on the contact. The clock will stop with 1:08 remaining. And back under play here. A chance for Peterson. Peterson working in from his sharp angle. We'll see if she's able to get there. It's Blank working in inside 1 minute remaining here in this one. Blank centering pass in front. Churchill is trying to spin around. She's knocked down. I have a timeout for the injured player. Now it looks like Churchill's fine. And so they'll give advantage. A couple of defenders have to stay close, so we'll see if she's able to get a good shot off on Eden Dixon here. So Churchill ready for the shot. And the early movement there will force her to get moved back, moving Churchill a little bit closer with less opposition. Churchill working in, skip shot, she scores! And with 47 seconds left, Churchill able to get on the scoreboard for her second time tonight. 12-7 the score now. Again, it was a couple of infractions by Roseville that gave Churchill that grade A opportunity where all she had to do really was just pick a spot. She chose to go 5-hole, skip the ball on the ground, and Mariah Churchill able to pull the Bears back within 5 as we have a timeout on the field As you hear the goal announcement made here at White Bear Stadium. As again, we have a timeout here on the field. The Roseville Raiders will have 2 games remaining. A pair of section games, I believe, await them. No, just 1 section game, as they'll be home to conference-leading Stillwater. That game will be on Tuesday. And then they will be home to Park of Cottage Grove. The Wolfpack sitting at 3-1 in conference, entering play tonight with a 6-1 record overall. With again the school year wrapping up. If you have a chance here, follow us on social media, facebook.com/SCCTV, twitter.com/SCCTV Sports, Instagram and YouTube, both at SCCTV. And again, shameless self-promotion, follow me at AlexSCCTV on Twitter for all sorts of Fab 4 news and notes. Again, you can also follow me on Twitter for the Minnesota Vixen game coming up this Saturday at Milwaukee, as the Vixen will take on Wisconsin. That game will be broadcast thanks to our friends at Town Square Television right here on Suburban Community Channels on a tape delay, where you can again hear the wonderful sultry sounds of my voice. We'll have another face-off here coming at the 50-yard line with 47.6 remaining in this one. As the ball flipped into the air, can be gotten to here by Blank. She loses the handle on a stick check by the Raiders. Blank into the attacking half, trying to move it forward quickly. Trying to get to that is Perrin. The ball knocked down. Roseville has it. They'll recollect. Bears will play it aggressively here. They've gotten to there. It goes over the line as Russ trying to get to it for White Bear Lake. The ball down here, still looking for possession as it falls onto the ground there. Again, Churchill's whistle blows. Possession, Roseville, they rule. So the Raiders will take it here, 16.7 remaining. On the far side, chance now for Distad. Distad cross field pass, handcuffed briefly just a little bit for Anicia Leon. As the ball rolls down, the clock will run in the last couple of seconds. And with the horn sounding here, the score is final as White Bear Lake falls to Roseville by a final of 12-7. 4 games remaining for the Bears, 1 at home. If you're in the area, we certainly hope that you're able to come on out and support these student athletes. And if not, remember that SCC TV is your home for all these athletics. Again, your final score tonight, 12-7, Roseville wins. And for all of us here at Suburban Community Channels, we want to thank you for watching tonight's game. My name is Alex Westad. This is your home for White Bear Lake Girls Lacrosse on SCC Sports.